Right.
Same thing with musicians, but we thought we could get away with it for years, and you learn it doesn't work. It's like you just got to give it to them, man. You just got to put it out there.
Yeah, man. And I very wisely put out a special in February because I was like, I'll tour off this. And then,
Yeah, what
nothing.
happened, dude? Yeah, nothing.
But so I was just like, fuck it. I'm going to put out another one on roofs because I was doing roofs I was literally doing roofs every 4 people in the crowd were those frat kids who were like, good luck, like you fucking psycho. And I just had to bomb for those 4 kids. And it's like that level of humiliation. It's like, it never like totally leaves you. You always remember it. And weirdly, those skills, like they've kind of come in handy. You
totally.
know?
Well, dude, when I was doing these shows, when I did the first couple of shows, Segura and I did the first show together. We hadn't done an outdoor show, and we both did our first show together. It was me, Segura, Burr.
Wow! Oh my gosh!
I know. Erica Rhodes, Ian Edwards, and oh shit, another. But anyway, I mean, I know a lineup in a guy's backyard in Silver Lake, like some
Hilarious.
random, and I remember talking to Segura before we went on, and Tom was like, Are you nervous? I was like, dude, yeah, isn't that fucking, I haven't been nervous in years, but like,
Yeah.
I hadn't been on stage in 7-8 months, and I just was so freaked out by it. And then the moment I got back on stage, that exact same feeling of excitement, anxiety, this bubbling, pulsating moment. And then right as I told the first joke, I felt like the old days again. It was like, but I like the feeling. It was like the first time I got high. You remember like the first time you got high? You're like, how could I duplicate this high over and over? And then the more you do it, the more you like lose that thing. And so it felt good to feel nervous again. And I 2 weeks ago I did a backyard show, and I did all new stuff, and it was so hard to get through. But I'm glad that it's like that's happening again, because usually, at the store I get to work out half new stuff, half old stuff, and keep blending and blending. But with this, I was like, I might as well just go do all new shit, because so much of my old stuff you don't like anymore. It's like, I don't want to do that. It's been months, and It's not relevant, and there's no weight to it anymore. So, I was going to ask you, when you said those ambush shows, did you ever do Captain Brian's show in Marco Island off the hook?
Oh, dude, it's like the closer of my last special is Naples. It's like fucking
Naples. That's right.
So
that's right.
Yeah, it's
that's
a big.
Right.
I get so many messages about Naples, and but yeah. Oh, dude, I didn't do Marco Island. I did the Naples one, but I heard
I did the Marco.
I heard that one's even
Marco.
worse. I mean, that was a hell gig,
dude. The stage was next to a frozen shellfish buffet. So right to your right, I'm not kidding, is like humps of shrimp and crab.
We can't compete with crab. Who doesn't fucking
How?
like? No, there's not
How?
a person who doesn't like crab more than comedy. It's better than anything we're gonna say.
Right, snow crab or this shitty redheaded guy's jokes at 6:30. At 6:30, I think the first show was 6 or 6:30.
Brutal.
And then he had to do, and his thing was he had to do it early because the second show couldn't go after a certain time because of Marco Island, island law. And
hell gig.
Oh, dude, it was so rough.
That was one of the worst weekends. I remember I was complaining so much on Twitter about that club because I was just like getting drunk in the back, just being like, fuck this weekend. And to the point that my agent texted me like, you might want to dial it down before the check clears. And I was like, no, it's more important to me. Like, I need this as a human right now to just complain.
The only really fun thing about it, and I don't dislike that owner or anything. I
don't like that he makes you call you captain. I don't like that.
Oh, I know he didn't. I barely saw
Chris
him.
Stefano would not do it. He was like, I'm not calling you captain.
No, I'm not going to call a man captain.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but I think
no, he was nice enough. He was a nice enough guy.
The only great thing about that club, or the thing I remember, is there was an Irish pub in the parking lot of the Marco Island, and I became friends with the owner. His son was this young guy who came to the show, and I still talk to them today.
Wow.
And he was great because every night to go drown my sorrows, because I was by myself. I didn't have a feature. This is when I first was starting the road. I would go to that bar and get shit-faced with him, and that helped a ton, because otherwise I would have jumped off that balcony that they put me on in the 15.
This is, like.
Well, yeah, but it's also like I've started to look at it a different. I've gained some perspective in the idea that like you don't know what anything's going to be in 3 or 4 years.
That's
so
true.
This sucks. It sucks. I'm through it, but like, I had a family member pass away a couple days ago,
I'm sorry.
and it's all good. But I think like you never know when that shit's gonna.
Was your family member Darth Vader? Is that who it was?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry. I hate to. I know it. I know that hurts your feelings, but no, it was. It was like one of those moments where you just gain perspective again. Of you're like nothing's guaranteed, dude. And he didn't pass from COVID or anything. It was just, dude, life is fucked up shit happens.
You're
So
right.
To sound like a cornball, it's like you have to just enjoy it and who gives a fuck, because it's over at some point, whether you see it coming or not.
Oh, dude, if I saw like just like a year ago that I was doing a rooftop special, I'd be like, what the fuck happened to the world? I mean, like we could be performing in like Mad Max in 3 years. Like we don't know what's going to be happening. I mean, you're right. You don't know what's going to happen. You gotta. This has really taught me to be present and a little more grateful for the good things. I mean, sometimes you don't realize how good your life was. You're like, shit, I didn't realize I peaked playing strip malls, but apparently that was those were the good days,
Yeah. Honestly, the simple getting on a plane, going to a new city, having a good time.
Totally. The routine. I was watching Bourdain's show the other day, just like a rerun, and obviously a fucking rerun. I don't even know why I said that, but like watching those shows, I remember watching him and being like, I got to make the most of every city. I used to just stay in my hotel sometimes, and then I realized like, why am I not trying to find a cool food spot or like find something cool in the city? And I got a little bit better about that. So now I actually really miss like that routine of getting on a flight, trying to write jokes, trying to come up with some new shit, experiencing the city, experiencing the people, and now we're where we are, and we're not going to ever take it for granted again, I hope.
Right. Well, dude, I mean, I miss a lot. I've talked a lot about that on the show because my dad traveled for years for work, and he never really did anything in these cities. And I was like, I made it a point. I'm a baseball fan. I go to a game in every city.
I love that. I love that you do that.
So it's like I learned early on that I was like, I'm either going to be bored and depressed, or I'll be depressed, but I'll be walking around the city. You know what I mean? Like when I was eating
depression around depression.
Champagne depression, you know what I mean? Like you might as well be out in public if the weekend isn't good and you're new on the road and it's so hard anyway. It's like might as well just go enjoy how shitty the experience is. Like really suck it. I try to suck it up and just do it, even if I was having a terrible time. And if you're alone, it was hard when you're solo on the road, man. Good God.
Oh, it's tough. My friend Carmen Lynch has a great joke about they say money won't buy you happiness, and she goes, I cried in a Mercedes once. It wasn't that bad.
She's funny, dude. She's very funny.
But I mean, dude, it's true. Like you're on the road and you're alone. It can be tough, but then also there is some like there is a piece to it, like that you can just go anywhere. Like sometimes I bring someone, sometimes I don't, but I love experiencing a new city, man, or just like going to an old city and having a routine. There's something comforting about that. You're like, I'm going to go to this restaurant again, or I'm going to link up with this person again. I mean, there is something.
Do you ever go? You ever been to Indianapolis? Do you ever go to St. Elmo's? Do you know what that is?
I don't.
This is like inside baseball comic talk. There's just there's like a steakhouse around the corner from the club in St. Elmo's. It's like really famous old indie. So good, man. Anyway,
damn, I gotta
whatever.
Go. That's like
you got to go to St. Elmo's.
Do they reference that in like Parks and Rec or something? Is that like a? I feel like they
maybe.
Dude,
it sounds familiar.
That's like I've done every club in Indianapolis. I think Morty's, Crackers, Helium, the Comedy Attic. I think I've done every.
That's what you fucking laid on the law.
I should have said. I believe Jordan Peterson said it best and just started a huge fight.
Listen, you're like Rush Limbaugh says, if you want any respect as a human on this earth, the old. Are you big into that? By the way, do you do all that chivalrous stuff? Like, will you always open the door and do all that?
Not always, but usually. I mean, I had a habit I usually do, but I don't. I'm sure I slip up sometimes. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I guess define chivalry. Like, she pays for a lot of stuff. She's doing well.
Make them pay. They should be paying.
Yeah,
they should pay.
But I hold doors usually, unless here's my thing. I'll hold the door if it makes sense to hold the door. If it's like some log jam, I'm not gonna fucking just like be like standing like a fucking British, like you're the Queen or something,
Right.
I will hold the door though. Usually, yeah, I'm usually
No, I think it's chivalry within reason,
That's
right?
perfect.
Like I'll do chivalrous stuff, but it has to kind of fit the scenario. I don't believe in like always opening the car door for her. That's sometimes that's just inconvenient.
Yeah, it feels like you're
Do you know
showing
what I mean?
off. It doesn't feel sincere. It's kind of like
No.
it's almost like you're rubbing their face in it or something.
Well, it's also like this sounds dickish, but it's like if you're holding the door for a not so nice car, there's something weird about like holding the door for a piece of shit to get. You're like, you can get in. I'll hold the door. If it was a really nice car, I'd open the door. But it's like, let's just get in and get this over with. I want to keep it moving. Are you excited that basketball season is going to loop its way around again?
It's so important to my life because I need a distraction, and like I feel bad for these players. They're like, cool, we'll give you 2 months to recover. But I'm
not even right. Half of those guys, they didn't even stop. They just kept working out because they were like, well, why go home for 7 weeks or whatever?
I'm
6.5 weeks.
I'm so pumped, man. I'm like, and the games coming up, like all these great games, all these great storylines. I fucking love it. I love the NBA.
Did you watch? Did you watch? Yeah, because for people that are listening, Sam has a podcast with Stavros.
Love him.
How do you say
Stavros
his last name?
Mike, the funniest. He's the best.
Like Hulk is, yeah, he's hilarious. I never know how to say his last name, so I just say Stav. But you guys have a podcast together. How often do you put it out every week?
We do one Patreon a week and one regular a week. You've been on
cool.
it. It's a lot of fun.
I did it.
We don't normally do guests, but when there's like it's like a slow news time, we'll do guests. We just had Trey Wingo on, who's one of the coolest people.
Oh
Part
yeah,
of my childhood, man.
It's crazy.
He's such a nice guy, but it's.
Who reached out? How did you guys get a hold of him?
I met him through Instagram. His son likes my comedy, so he was like, "Let's be friends." And I was like, "Okay." So we just chat all the time. He's just a great guy, and
awesome.
Yeah, I love doing the pod with Stavros, and it's so fun. It's got me like looking at news stories. Like now I'm like, I guess Larsa Pippen does fuck around. Like I'm looking at those stories. Like it's funny that because Stavros is obsessed with the gossip and all the dirt. And so we start like, I'm like, I never thought I'd know this much about Tristan Thompson's sex life, but here we are. So it's kind of fun. I mean, Stav gets obsessed with like. He's like, we should do an episode of like the most fuckable owners. And I'm like, all right. So we're just talking about like 28 men and 2 women. That's like what we're ranking. So
who was the most fuckable owner?
Of course, Jeannie Buss pulled it out. Like there's no.
Really?
Well, yeah, because we took into account like.
Does Dolan still own the Knicks?
Oh, Dolan might have gotten second, I think, because I was like, he's got to be in the conversation in case there's like a ticket link scenario.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah, no, Dolan, he does own the Knicks.
Yeah. He's got to slide up there for you. I was just going to say, you have to be political when you choose who you want to fuck because you also want to put yourself in a position where it might actually happen. Like celebration camera. He goes, can you imagine? I mean, what a hypocrisy that we could for years. Then you told us no, so you fined us out the face. Then you took it away. He goes, I don't know what the legal term is, but he's like, we should do a player's suit against the NFL to get that money back, and at the very least, it be given to charity, which I thought was genius.
Great idea.
And he was like, and he goes, go in the books.
Goodell is such a shitty owner. I mean, it's like, it's insane. I feel like he's like the dude that makes every wrong step, and like, look. David Stern for the NBA, that guy was mobbed up, no question. But he was like cool. He 100%. Was cool mobbed up. Where like he seemed like smart as hell. He knew how to like grease like all the like right political moves. But with Goodell, it just feels gross. Yeah, there's something wrong about it. I feel like there's no true connection to an idea of an organization organically, right? So for me, he does whatever he thinks he's supposed to do. This is another thing that they brought up on the podcast was Belichick got fined, the mask fine on the sidelines. Coaches I think get fined $100K if they're in violation. Yeah, aren't they doing rapid tests for everybody too? I don't understand.
Not only are they testing. Listen how crazy this is. In the locker room, on the airplane, and on practice days, They don't have to wear any masks. There is no NFL requirement. So what T.O. was saying was it's all optics. It's optics. And it is. It's so the NFL can show fans like we care, but it's like no you don't give a shit. You don't care at all.
Especially T.O. who gave everything to the game. The guy played with a fucking broken leg. Like you can't question that dude's heart. I mean, I know he got a lot of bad press for his personality and being all about him at times, but like he had heart.
But truth be told, he talked about that too. Was like, what did I do wrong besides being a little bit like confident and boisterous? Like he talked about the Dallas Cowboys moment where he stood on the star and spread his arms.
That was hilarious, by the way.
Well, it wasn't premeditated, and he actually talks about it that
where George Teague just fucking dropped him.
Dropped him. I mean, smoked him. Well, he said it was because
awesome.
the receiver, one of the receiver coaches said. When they were taking the tour, when they do tour the stadium before they run practice, he was looking, and if you look up from the star in the stadium, there's a hole. The roof is movable, and he said something to the effect of like, you break through the ceiling and show them it's your house. Wow. And so subconsciously, when he scored that touchdown, he goes, I just ran to that star and looked up through the roof because of what he said to me before the game. It wasn't spitting on the star. It wasn't, fuck Dallas. He's like, it was just this moment that like when he said that before the game, it laid in his brain and was like, I'm gonna bust through this roof. But no one, those stories are too late to be told because the paper was like show off, asshole, disrespect. It's like they ruined the truth because they just
throw like Donovan McNabb kind of under the bus though.
Sure.
That's because I don't care about all the flashy shit. I care when you're like bad to your teammates. That's when I'm like, I was a fan of T.O. for sure. I mean, his talent was like remarkable.
I just think there's so much more going on behind the scenes that we'll never know about. And the good guys are always going to look like the good guys. The bad guys are always going to look way worse. They're never like, Peyton Manning could have been treacherous to people. You'll never find out. Was he? I don't know, but will the league show that? Never in a million years.
Too important to the league. Absolutely.
Yes. So again, going back to this, these organizations, the NFL does such a bad job of being original. They just will do whatever they think they're supposed to do. With the taking a knee shit and Kaepernick, it's like all this goes back to the NFL going, what does everybody want us to do? They have no opinion. They have no stance. They coddle. He coddles to everything, and then that's why people talk shit and they hate the NFL. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just don't get when people like, look, whether you're for or against the protests,